أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين واللعنة على أعدائهم من الآن إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Right. So where did we reach last lesson?
Exercise, you said, there were just 6 I had to review. This
That's
last,
right. That's right.
it was translate, fill in the error, and analyze the following sentences.
Yeah.
Al-Muallimu Hazirun. That's what I said. It means the Muallim is present. I didn't write that, is Muallim is present, but that's what it means.
Correct. So where is it?
I put the Arab on the meme. That's a what do you call it? Pesh. Hazirun is Tanween. Did I do it right?
Yeah, that's right. So al-mu'allaq. So let me just make it bigger as well, so make it clearer.
Yeah, these are the exercises. Yeah. So no, not these ones. No, page 7.
That's it.
Yeah, these. So it was. So I put al-Muallimu Hazirun. The Muallim is present.
Correct.
Then al-Bustano Jamilun. It means the garden is beautiful. I put al-Bustano.
Correct.
Jamilun. Then
Correct.
Third one is Fatah Muhammadan al-Babin.
Fataha Muhammadun.
Fataha. Okay, that way I made the error.
Yeah. So Fataha is the verb, which means open.
Yeah. Okay. Fataha Muhammadin al-Babi.
No. Muhammadun. That noon there is a mistake. That noon shouldn't be there. Fataha Muhammadun. So who is doing the action of opening?
It's Muhammadan.
Excellent. And al-bab. What is al-bab in this verb, in the sentence?
This is would be the object.
Excellent. And the object always, is it with a fatha or a dhamma or a kasra?
So here it's a fataha Muhammadun ababin.
Al-baba.
Huh?
Al-baba with a fatha.
Oh, it will be a fatha. Okay, that's where. So by how, what did I do?
You put a kasra.
Yeah, I did, but fataha, and it is Muhammadun.
Yep. Probably, I think the noon confused you. You thought it's muzaf ilay. That's what's happened.
Okay.
So fataha Muhammadun al-baba.
Okay. So it's saying the open.
Muhammad opened
the door. Yeah, Muhammad.
Let's go back up. Khalaqallahu as-samaa. Sentence analysis. Go through. Allah created the
asma. Al-asma.
Correct. So khalaqa is what?
Khalaqa is fa'al.
What does fa'al mean?
Fa'al means verb. Fa'al.
Correct.
Fa'al. Allahu is fa'il, that's the
Correct.
doer. And maf'ul is the object. And excellent. That's so here we have 3 words. So fataha is the, what do you call it, the verb. Muhammadun is the fa'il, doer.
Correct.
Al-bab is the object.
Excellent. Is this clear for you?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So fataha where is it? Muhammadun. Then Noon shouldn't be there, right?
Noon's a
Al-Baba.
mistake. Yeah, noon's a mistake.
But take it off.
Yes.
Okay. So
Now the
then
next one. Next one.
where is it?
Al-Madras.
Al-madrasatu kabiratun nafizatun.
No, the word, it's nafidatun means a window. This is nazifatun. Nazifatun means clean.
Oh, yeah, nafizatun is clean.
No,
Okay.
nazifatun. Noon, dhal. Nazifatun.
There's a Zohad, right?
Yeah, nazifatun. Correct. Dwa, dwa.
That's what I said.
Yeah, nazifatun.
Al-madrasatu kabiratun nazifatun.
Excellent.
The school has
No, the school is.
The school is large and clean.
Large and clean. Excellent. So where is the subject and where is the predicate?
So here, al-madrasatu is the subject. And then kabiratun is a predicate.
Correct.
And nafizatun is the second predicate. Two khabars.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then waqfun, this I didn't know the meaning.
This is waqafa. The word waw, qafa, all of them have a fatah.
Oh, it's not waqafun ar-rajulu.
Yeah, it's waqaf. All three of them have a fatah. Waqafa means stood.
Oh, stood. I didn't know that. I thought waqafa means waqt. I mean time.
If it has ta, then waqt means time. Urdu में इस्तेमाल करते वक्फ करना किसी चीज को.
Yeah, now I understand. So it's stood. Waqafa, not waqafun.
No, waqafa. All of them is past tense. Waqafa.
Okay, stood, huh?
Yep.
Past tense. Okay. And waqafa ar-rajulu.
Waqafa ar-rajulu, correct.
So the waqafa ar-rajulu. So what are we saying?
Just give me 1 second. I just need to do something. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, why I took a break, I'll tell you now. What happened is that I remembered just now that I put it on public rather than a private link. So I just had to change the actual link status.
That's an error.
Exactly. So I just had to remember it straight away. So I thought, let's change it before.
But then the ones who are not getting the lesson will say, oh, Sheikh.
Exactly. It's prioritizing students.
So
waqafa, he stood. So who stood? Now the word after waqafa, the man is exactly.
Okay. The man stood.
Yes. So what i'rab would the ar-rajul have?
Waqafa ar-rajulan?
Ar-rajulu.
Ar-rajulu. That's I would put ar-rajulu, but I didn't know what was waqafa. So what are we doing here? Waqafa
ar-rajulu. So waqafa is the verb. Ar-rajulu is the subject, the doer.
Waqafa I understood is the verb. Now
yes.
Why is that all the fatas?
What? So it's like daraba, kataba.
Okay. So waqafa ar-rajulu.
So ar-rajulu is the person who's doing the action of standing, or he stood.
Okay. So
the man stood.
That's verb, and that's the subject.
Excellent. The verb and the subject. Now here it's opposite.
Then we go on to the ar-rajul. Ar-rajulu waqfun.
No, say
Waqfun.
waqafa.
Still little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
So ar-raj, it will be ar-rajulu
waqafa.
waqaf.
Ar-rajulu waqafa. Here now, remember I told you this before. When a noun comes in the beginning of a sentence, it's called what?
A noun comes.
When a noun comes in the beginning of the sentence, it's what position does it have?
It's subject.
Exactly. So here, ar-rajulu is the subject. Where is the predicate now? Waqafa, it's a verb, and it's a verb which is situated in the place of the predicate, the khabar, of the subject, which is ar-rajulu.
So it ar-rajulu waqafa.
Yeah.
This is subject, waqafa will be predicate.
Yeah, rajulu will be the subject, and waqafa now will be the predicate. Is a verbal sentence situated in the place of the predicate for the subject, ar-rajulu. So here, the translation will be, the man, he stood.
The man, he stood.
Yeah, he is referring back to the man.
Okay.
Because
so we'll say the man,
he stood, yeah. So normally the verb, the doer comes after the verb, but if the doer comes before the verb, then the pronoun in the verb becomes the doer, the fa'il. So that's
here
the reason.
the doer first or the subject, right?
So here, yeah. So normally you in a verbal sentence, you have the verb, then the doer. But if the actual subject comes in the beginning and then the predicate comes, then ar-rajulu will be classified as the subject, waqafa as a verbal sentence, and as a predicate.
The man stood. He stood. So we say the man, he stood.
Correct.
And the man stood. Okay. Then the difference between 5 and 6. So waqafa is the verb. I said it right.
Correct.
Ar-rajulu is the doer.
Excellent.
Then we had the ar-rajulu waqafa. So that's subject and predicate. I said it right, but just I didn't put the Arabs were not right. So I don't know what Arabs to put. And why I put, I still don't understand.
So now, so the difference between the two, waqafa ar-rajulu, this is a verbal sentence. Waqafa is the verb. Ar-rajulu is the doer. So this is a verbal sentence. Now over here,
waqafa ar-rajulu is a verbal sentence, right?
Correct.
Yeah, ar-rajulu waqafa, subject and predicate. So this will be nominative subject.
Exactly. That's absolutely correct. That's a nominal sentence.
What's the difference between, I get mixed up,
the difference is this. The nominal sentence is the sentence where the noun start the sentence. And here, the waqafa ar-rajulu, the man stood. That's the translation. The man stood.
No, nominal sentence and nominative sentence. Sorry. I get certain terms I get mixed up. Nominal, you subject and predicate.
Yes, that's right.
And what about nominative sentence? That is marfu, right?
Yes.
So it starts with the zamma. That's what you're saying.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
So ar-rajulu waqifun. So it starts with a dhamma and a noun. So here, ar-rajulu is the mubtada, waqafa is the khabar, and is a verbal sentence as well.
Ar-rajulu, here also again subject predicate, we are calling ar-rajulu.
Yeah.
Waqafa, not waqifun.
Waqafa again is a verb.
Okay.
The difference is that when ar-rajulu comes in, if the doer of the verb comes before it, there's more emphasis on who has done the action. Remember, look at this translation. The man, he stood. So you're using he stood in the verb as the doer of the verb, And every verb must have a physical or a proper noun for the person who's performing the action and is referring back to the man again. So the man, he's referring back to the man itself. So always a pronoun has to refer back to a proper noun.
So the man stood.
Yep.
The man, he stood. And
the man, he stood. Yeah, correct.
And al-rajlu waqafa, the man stood.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
But still, I'll probably make the same mistakes because I don't know where to put the Arabs.
That's fine. What you've done is correct. Whenever, so remember this, whenever there's a noun which has alif lam or a tanween, it's a sign of a noun. And
Yes.
Inshallah, gradually, what you will get used to it, knowing that when a noun comes in the beginning,
It's a verb section. It will be fatah, all fathahs.
Exactly. So you get to know it. Now, the next important thing.
Jamlatun.
No, I'm not going to do this yet. I'm not going to do this yet because it's not beneficial for you at the moment.
Okay.
This is beneficial.
Okay. Types of phrases.
Yep.
Aqsamul murakkabin naqisi.
Correct.
Phrases are of 5 types. Descriptive phrase, al-marakabu, tawsifi. Tawsufi.
Yeah. Those al-murakkabu at-tawsifi. Tawsifi. Descriptive.
Okay. It is a phrase in which one word describes the other.
Correct.
This describing word is called
Sifa.
Sifa.
We've done this, so remember this?
Sifa mawsuf.
Exactly. Exactly. This is what it's doing. I want you to go over this just to make clear things, everything. Go ahead.
The object being described is mawsuf.
Correct.
The mawsuf and sifa must correspond in 4 things. Okay, these are the things. This is adjective, right?
Adjective and predicate. Adjective. So, the adjective follows the noun which is qualified for a description. It follows in these 4 things. I'rab. What does it mean? I'rab. If it comes with dhamma tanween, fatha tanween, or kasra, whatever i'rab becomes, it follows each other.
Gender, masculine and feminine. Number, singular, dual, or plural. Being, nakira or marifa. Now here we are, mawsuf is the adjective, right?
No, sifa is the adjective.
So this is noun. Mawsuf is the noun.
The noun, yeah, exactly. So here, rajulun salihun. Rajulun salihun. So it says in the translation, a righteous.
Rajulun salihun. Righteous man. Salihun. No. Yeah, righteous man. A righteous man. So rajulun is mawsuf, that is noun, and salihun is adjective. It's
Correct.
telling, yeah. Al-bintu, al-afilatu.
Akilatu.
Because they're so small in these here. This book has been very small. Al-bintu, al-afilatu, aqilatu.
Yeah, from a consonant.
And the intelligent, wise girl.
Yep.
So al-bintu is mawsuf, noun, and sifatun is adjective.
Correct. So this is the most important part, which we just recollected again. Sifa is the adjective. Mawsuf is the noun which has been described, and the sifa follows the mawsuf in 4 things.
Yeah. Arab, gender, number, and being, not
Excellent.
from.
The
So
next
this
thing,
was the first one.
this is
Descriptive
called
phrase.
murakkab tawsifi. The descriptive
Murakkabe,
tawsifi.
murakkabe al-izafi.
Now the next one, yeah. Next one is
Yeah.
possessive phrase. Al-murakkab al-idhafi.
It is a phrase in which the first word, muzaf, is attributed to the second one, muzaf alayh. In some cases, this means that the second one owns or possesses the first one. So muzaf and muzaf alayh. Muzaf never gets an al or tanween.
You remember this, yes? From
Yeah.
before?
Yeah, muzaf and muzaf alayh.
Excellent.
The muzaf alayh is always majroor. That's
Correct.
genitive.
Correct. So example, Zaid's book.
So, kitabun zaidun.
Kitabun. Is it would a mudaf get a tanween?
It's kitabo zaid. It's kitabo, right? Not kitabun.
Yes. Correct.
Kitab zaidin. So
Correct.
that's getting a tanween, and muzaf, it's by being in a position of a, what do you call it, the subject.
It's the kitabu is getting, it's whenever a noun comes mudaf, it doesn't get tanween or a alif lam. So kitabu, it's with a dhamma. Zaydin is majroor because it's mudaf ilay.
So kitabo is in the state of raf.
Correct. Nominative case. The i'rab of the mudaf will be according to
the amil governing it.
Correct. Amil means the actor, the thing which is acting. Amil is a term which the Arabic language, if something is affecting another noun. So let me show you here. It's the translation now. I found Zaid's book. So the word wajadtu is coming, correct?
Wajadtu.
Wajada means he found, and wajadtu I found. So wajadtu is a verb, correct?
Yeah.
Now, when a verb comes, what does a verb require?
What does a verb require?
Yeah, sometimes a verb requires an object.
Doer.
And a doer, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So here, wajadtu I found. So because I found is a verb and I am doing the action, so we require an object for it. So Zaid's book is now becoming the object. Kitabu Zaidin is becoming the object of I found. Now, as you know, every object of a verb, what i'rab does it get?
And kitaba is the object, right?
Excellent. Excellent. Exactly. So why is it kitaba? Because it's the object. The object always is in the accusative.
Case. And Zadin is genitive case.
Excellent. MashaAllah.
And Zadin is muzaf alayh.
That's right.
And
so kitab is mudaf, and it's also maf'ul bihi. So mudaf ilay are situated in the place of being the object for the verb wajadtu. Does that make sense?
No, I'm getting confused with the terminology. They are mixed up.
So the word maf'ul means object. So I found, I am the doer. Wajadtu is the verb as well. Verb and the doer together. Fi'il wa fa'il. Fi'il means verb. Ma'a means with. Fa'il means it's doer. Doer of the verb.
Fa'il, ma,
Ma'a means with. In Arabic, ma'a means with. Fa'ilihi, it's fa'il, meaning the fa'il of the verb.
And file, what are we calling? What is file? Yes.
And I am the fa'il.
But it means noun?
Fa'il means doer.
Okay.
Subject.
Doer, subject.
Yeah.
These are confusing terms.
You'll get used to it.
Now they are very confused. So that's the doer or the subject.
Correct.
And maf'ul bihi is the object.
Correct.
And which contains muzaf and muzaf. Muzaf, we said, is the noun, right?
Correct.
And muzaf
is the possessor. Muzaf is the possessed, and muzaf is the possessor.
Oh, muzaf and muzaf possessor and possessive. Possession.
Yes.
Muzaf is the possessor, right?
No, Kadab is muzaf, possessed, and Zayd, muzaf the possessor, meaning the person who owns the actual book itself.
So muzaf is possession.
Muzaf is possession, and muzaf is a possessor.
Okay, because I have, when they come in different sentence,
yep,
it becomes different. Okay, possession and possessor.
Right.
And they both are both objects. And
correct.
Okay.
Now, this is something very important. I'm going to repeat this. Going to remember in book lesson number, I think it's 3, when it spoke about adjectives for mudaf, mudaf ilay.
Sometimes muzaf and muzaf ilay are found in a single phrase. For example, babun, babu, bati, ar-rajli, the door of the man's house. Babu is muzaf. Bati is muzaf alayh wa muzaf. Ar-rajlu muzaf alayh.
Correct. So there's double mudaf, mudaf ilay in the sentence.
Okay.
So the door of the man's house.
The door of the man's house. Is the terminologies it gets or muffled up?
The more practice we do, the better we become. So practice makes perfect.
If the muzaf has a sifa, then it should come immediately after muzaf ilayh with an al, and should have the same i'rab as that of the muzaf. Example, babu al-bati al-jadidu, the new door of the house.
The new door of the house. So here, the word al-jadidu is coming as an adjective for the door.
Safa Masuf.
Correct.
But here, muzaf alayh, sifatan muzaf. It's the terminology.
Let me explain to you. Bab is mudaf, al-bayt is mudaf ilay. Okay? Now, the word al-jadidu is coming with the fish, yes? Al-jadidu, correct?
Yeah.
Now, this is coming whenever a noun, after the mudaf ilay, a noun comes to alif lam with a fish, it comes as an adjective for the door. Al-babu. So if it comes with a dham, we've done this already in lesson number 3, book 2. Al-jadidu. So here, the new door. So al-jadidu is an adjective for the door, and the ruling is that whenever you want to bring the adjective for the mudaf, the noun which comes as an adjective would have alif lam, al-jadidu.
So
So can you see here the new? Whenever an adjective comes, it always comes before the noun which is describing. So the word new is coming before the word door. The new door of the house.
yeah, but in Arabic we use first the babun and then muzaf ilayh is the last one.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, in the Arabic it's the other way around. We bring the noun which is going to be described first, and then we bring the adjective afterwards.
If the muzaf ilayh has a sifa, right?
Yep.
Then it should come immediately after the muzaf ilayh.
Correct.
And should correspond to it, muzaf ilayh, in 4 aspects mentioned earlier. For example, babu, al-bati, al-jadidi.
Al-jadid. Now, the door of the new. So here, the door is having the adjective now. The word new is situated after which word? Before which word? House.
Babu, they were same, except now we have said al-jadidi.
Exactly. No. The door of the new house. Here, the new door. What's here is the house. Is the house new or the door new in the sentence here?
Babu al-bati, the door of the new house.
Yeah. So is the house new or the door new?
House is new.
Exactly. In the previous one, it was a new door of the house. So it was the new door which was new, not the house was new.
Okay, just the zamma and the kasra is changing it.
Exactly. Changing of the dhamma and the kasra, it changes it being the adjective for which thing. If it's with a dhamma, it's for the door. If it's with a kasra, it's for the house. So can you see the difference now? The new door. The new door of the house and the door of the new house.
But I have to sort of digest all these words and terminologies.
Look at this here. The new door. Is the door new or the house new?
The door is new.
Exactly. Over here, the door of the new house.
Yeah.
So here, it's the new house, and over here, it was the new door.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is the zamma or the kasra will change the meaning.
That's right.
Note if the masharun ilah does not have an al, it would be a complete sentence. Haza rajlu.
Okay, let me read this. Al-murakkab al-ishariyu. Al-murakkab al-ishari, the demonstrative phrase.
Okay. It's a phrase in which one ism, al-ismu ishara, points towards another ism.
Another noun, yep.
And mushara. The mushara must have an al.
Correct.
Haza rajulu. So ismul ishara is haza, this man. Mashara al rajulu. It has the al.
Correct.
So al rajulu. Ismu ishara, and this is the real one.
Correct. So this is translated as this man. And if there is no alif lam with ar-rajulu, if there is no alif lam with ar-rajulu, hadha rajulun. Hadha.
This is man. This man.
This is a man. A man.
Okay. But haza rajulun, this is the man.
So hadha rajulun. Yeah, هذا الرجل, when there's alif lam, we will translate it without the word is between the two. This man.
This man. Okay.
So there's no is, because both هذا الرجل, both of them together, هذا الرجل, both of them together is becoming the subject.
So there are just two
Two nouns. There are two nouns, but two nouns, but two of these nouns together collectively are becoming the subject.
Okay.
Next example, note.
If the musharu alayh
Musharun.
musharun alayh does not have an al, it would be a complete sentence. Haza rajulun. Mubtada and khabar. Jumlatun ismiyatun. This is a man.
Right.
So here in the top sentence, it was still mubtada and khabar, right?
No, هذا الرجل is not mubtada. No. هذا الرجل, as said, is the subject together. Both of these nouns together is coming as the subject.
Haza ar-rajulu, they're both nouns.
Together, but they're both nouns, two nouns, but two nouns together are together making the subject the mubtada. In this example, it says, no, if the musharun does not have alif lam, it will be a complete sentence.
Okay.
So if there's no alif lam, if alif lam is removed, then hadha is deemed as the subject, rajulun as the khabar. Like here, hadha is the mubtada, rajulun the khabar.
Yeah, I get it. So they were both two nouns and they're as subject.
Correct. So the only point you need to remember, if after hadha, if there's alif lam, then the second noun becomes part of the first noun as the subject or whatever it is. So here, hadha rajulu is the subject, and the second example, hadha rajulun. Now the word rajulun doesn't have alif lam. Because it does not have alif lam, rajulun will be deemed as the khabar. So look at the translation. This is a man.
Yeah, this is a complete sentence.
Exactly. So you need to remember that the second noun, if it has alif lam, then it becomes an incomplete sentence. Is that clear?
The phrase, yeah, phrase.
Exactly. Right. Now, I don't want to do number 4 because it's not that important at the moment yet.
So leave the numerical phase.
Yeah, and I want to leave the next one as well. I'll come back to it afterwards because you want at the moment, if I explain this, you want to really benefit from it. Right.
Okay.
I want to move on to this. This is important.
1.5, huh?
Yeah, 1.5.
So we're leaving all these.
Yeah, there's nothing important at the moment. I'll come back to this afterwards because some of these things are taught earlier than they should be taught, so it confuses the student. I'll come back to them later itself.
Okay, so which page are we going?
We're going to go on page number 16, section number 1.5.
Signs of an ism.
Exactly.
Signs.
So there are 12 signs for a noun. So these 12 signs, when you read the Quran and when we're reading Arabic text, these are the 12 signs which will help you to recognize a verb and recognize a noun. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you like in the example ar-rajulu waqafun or waqafan ar-rajulu, so you wasn't too sure whether waqafa is a verb or a noun, correct?
Correct.
So these 12 signs here for a noun will help you to understand whether it's a noun or a verb.
Okay.
It's easy. I've explained them before, and they're quite easy. You know the majority of them. Go ahead, Bismillah.
Signs of an ism.
Yep.
It is preceded by al. It accepts jar. There's
What does jar mean? What does jar mean?
Preposition. Fi.
No. Jar.
Jar is the preposition.
No. Harf jar is the preposition. Jar is getting kasra.
Oh, jar is getting a kasra.
Yeah,
I thought jar means no?
No. When you say harf jar, then it means a preposition.
Okay. So jar is not a preposition.
No, jar is genitive case.
Oh, I'm thinking that this is okay. So jar is genitive case.
Yeah.
So jar is means it's genitive case and it's a kasra.
Correct. So a noun can be getting a kasra in two situations. Either when it's mudaf ilay, remember? All nouns which are mudaf ilay, they're getting a kasra. Correct?
All the mudaf ilay are
getting a kasra.
And
also,
what's the other case?
Other situation, it's when it is preceded by a preposition. Harf jar.
So we're saying jar. What does jar means? It's
jar
not
means,
doesn't.
Jar means when a noun gets a kasra. And harf jar is the particle which gives kasra.
Okay. And then there are two, you said that in two cases where it gets
kasra.
One is kasra when it gets the harfa jar.
Yep.
And second, when is it what?
Mudaf ilay.
Mudaf ilay.
Like kitabullahi.
Okay.
Allah is getting a kasra because it's mudaf ilay.
Okay, there's a tanween on the last letter.
Correct.
It ends with the round ta.
Correct.
It is a dual.
So any noun which has a ta marbut at the end, it's a sign that the noun is feminine. And it's also, now this ta marbuta, which is round, it only comes with nouns, not with verbs.
It is a dual tasniya. Tasniya.
Yeah, tasniya means dual. So whenever a noun has alif and noon with a kasra, rajulani, you will know that this is a
noun.
Excellent.
Okay.
Which is a plural, number 6.
Which has a dual with that. Okay. It is plural, jama.
Yep.
It is masnad alay.
No, let's read the examples as well. Raju, jam meaning rijalun.
Where is that? Yeah, okay. Preceded by an al. Ar-rajul.
Yep.
It accepts jar. Fi bati. They're always putting a noon down there.
Yeah, what they fi baiti zaidi nil jadidi.
Al jadidi.
Yeah.
So it's fi, it has a harfa jar in the bati zad and jadidi. So it has jar, we said, right?
Yep.
So that's why I had put fi, there's a fi. So it's this harfa jar. Fi is harfa jar. And what was the other thing? It will have a genitive.
Yeah, and the noun is in genitive case.
So again, it's the two things, harfa jar or genitive case. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, the
Jar means-
noun, the harf jar is the particle which makes the noun in the genitive case. Genitive case is the state.
JDD, in Zad's new house. There's tanween on the last letter. Rojulun, a man. It ends with the round ta. Kalimatun, a word. It is dual. Rajulani, two men. It's a plural. Jamun. Rejalun, men. It is musnadun
Ilay.
alay. Musnadun alay.
Musnad ilay means it can be a doer or a subject. It could be a doer, like as you know, every verb requires a doer. A doer is a noun, and always the subject, always a noun as well.
Ar-rajulu qawiyun, the man is strong.
Where is the subject? What is the example is referring to? Is it referring to ar-rajulu or qawiyun to be the actual sign of the noun?
And ar-rajulu is the man.
Exactly.
And
Qawiyun
is adjective, I would say.
It's a predicate. The man is strong.
Yeah.
So
No,
number,
but if the man is defining adjective, it follows the noun. No,
is not. If it's an adjective, then it should have alif lam. Qawiyun does not have alif lam.
okay. Okay, then al-rajulu al-qawi. Okay, could be adjective. So here there's just subject and predicate.
And the next one, jalasa zaydun here. Zaydun is getting a tanween for being the doer. And a tanween is a sign of a noun.
It is muzaf, both nouns. Kitabo Zaden, book of Zad. It is muzaf. It is mawzuf. Mawzuf.
Mawsuf means a noun which comes with an adjective. So in the word example, the tall man, rajulun tawilun, which is the mawsuf?
It is mawsuf. Rajulu tawilun. Rajulu tawilun. Man is safa. Rajulun.
No. Sifa is the adjective. So the noun which has been described is the thing which has been described is rajulun. He's the mawsuf. Mawsuf means the thing which is being described.
So that's exactly tall man has been described. Is that what?
Tall is the adjective, and the person who's been described is the man. So in noun, mawsuf. Mawsuf is the noun which has been described, which is rajulun.
Okay, and safa is tall.
Sifa.
That is.
Tawilun is the sifa itself.
Which is the adjective, right?
Correct.
So here we are bringing the adjective first, and no, in English we are bringing it rajulun tawilun. Okay.
Correct.
It is manadi.
Munada. Munada means vocative noun. Munada means you cannot say ya. Whenever you say O, after O is always a noun which comes O Muhammad, O Ali, O Fatima, O Zainab. So the munada is ya. Ya only comes in front of a noun, not in front of a verb.
Ya rajulu. Oh man, noun. Then musaghirun. It is musaghirun.
Musagharun.
Musaghirun.
So musagharun is a pattern in the Arabic language which indicates small. Like you know the word sukaina.
Yeah.
Sukaina, Ruqayya, all of these names, they are on a particular pattern of fu'ailun. So anything which comes on that pattern, it's a noun itself.
So it's Rojalun, the little man.
Exactly, a little man again, Rujailun.
So
Why
don't we say the Waladun is the little, it would be Waladun.
Yeah, no, the little man means inside, it means that he's short itself.
Okay. Rojalun, okay. It is Mansub.
Mansub means a relative noun. Like when you relate a person to a country, Baghdadi, Pakistani, Hindi.
Mansub, aren't we talking about accusative case?
No, Mansub here, Mansub is written with a sin. Mim, Nun, Sin, Waw, Ba. Now this sin means relative noun. Relative noun means that when you ascribe a person to a country or a city, and you have a ya at the end.
Makki.
Yes, Makkiyun, Madaniyun, Hashimiyun.
Okay. Then we have the signs of fell.
Yes. Now, these are the 12 signs of the noun. And now we have 12 signs, and there are now 9 signs for a verb. Correct.
It is preceded by a qad.
Qad, yeah. So qad, whenever qad comes in front of any word, you'll know that the word after qad is always a verb.
Qad kharaja.
Qad kharaja, correct.
What does qad means?
Qad means indeed.
He has gone out. Qad means indeed. So we are,
exactly.
But kharaja, he went, right?
Yep.
But we are not saying it in English. Indeed, he went out.
Yeah, no, in the translation, we haven't got it. But normally, God, whenever it comes, it emphasizes that indeed he did go.
Okay, preceded by a sa.
Seen.
Preceded by seen.
Sayakhraju.
He will soon go out. So sa is, what is sa?
Sa means, sa means future tense. He will go out. He will soon. Can you see the soon? It indicates what future.
Oh, okay. Future, soon. It is preceded by sofa.
Sofa means sa seen. It's like future tense. Sofa is indicating even further delay. He will go out after a while. Means future tense, a bit more in the future.
In the future, okay.
Yep.
Then it's preceded by
lam.
Jazm.
Yep.
Preceded by jazm, harfu jazm.
Harfu jazm. So lam, whenever liam and lam and mim come in front of a word, you'll know that the verb is the word is a verb. So lam always comes in front of a verb, not in front of a noun.
Lam yakhruj.
Correct.
Not, it means lam. When it comes, it means sing. Negative.
Negative. That's right. It means not.
Harf nasbin.
Correct. So harfu nasbin is a noun which comes and the last letter of the verb gets a fatha. Harfu nasbin, like lan yakhruja. Can you see it?
Yeah. Never
and
go out.
Yeah, harfu jazmin means that the noun lam comes and it changes the verb from a pesh to a sukoon. Lam yakhruj. Can you see that? The jim has a sukoon.
In which one?
In harfu jazmin.
Zamirun. Nasbin, it doesn't have it. Lan. Oh, okay, that's a sukoon. Yakhruja.
Yeah, as a fatha.
It has a hidden zamir.
Pronoun. Kharaja. As you know, kharaja is a verb, and the pronoun here, huwa, is hidden in the verb.
He.
Yep. Then imperative, amar.
Amar. Ukhruj.
Excellent. Go out. Dafaja.
That's a nice one. It is a prohibitive.
Yep.
Nahi.
Nahi. So whenever there's la, lam, alif, la comes in front of a present tense verb, it gives them a do not go out.
It has ta sakin
Correct.
at the end.
Correct.
She ate.
Akalat.
Akalat. She ate.
Correct. Akalat, she ate.
Alamatu harfi.
So what I want you to do,
Yeah.
I want you to go through Surah Al-Hamd. Go through Surah Al-Hamd and tell me which word is a sign of a noun and which word is a sign of a verb.
Surah Al-Hamd. Okay.
The Surah Al-Hamd is a bit difficult. Let's do the Surah Nas.
Surah Nas. Okay.
Yeah.
And which is?
The last surah of the Quran.
Yeah, no, what I have to find, which is?
Signs of the verb and the signs of a noun.
Signs of verb and noun.
Correct.
All right.
I'd also do Surah Ikhlas, Qul Wallah. Surah Nas and Surah Qul Wallah.
Okay.
Now, the signs of a particle is basically neither of them. It has neither both of these signs.
Okay. So what are we saying? It has neither.
So basically, the particles, we have to just memorize them, but these are particles. That's the way you know them.
What particles are we talking of?
Like fi, in, ala, on.
We harfajars we are talking about.
Exactly.
So harfajar or jar, you said we are not the same things.
Yes. So yeah, jar is the noun. So listen carefully. Jar is the state of a noun getting a kasra. Harf jar means the particle which give kasra. So when a noun gets a kasra, it's in the state of jar. The things which give a noun a kasra are called harf jar. Harf meaning particle of jar, which gives it a kasra. And all in the Arabic language, all particles are not which give kasra. Some particles give a fatha, some particles give a dhamma as well.
Okay, so but these we know harfajar, that these are, they give a kasra.
Correct. And there are other particles as well in the Arabic.
So that we don't know yet, or do I know that? हाँ शेफ
जी
दूसरे भी पता है
क्या मतलब
हरफ जर का तो आपने कहा ना कुछ तो कसरा देते हैं कुछ फतह देते हैं
yeah I'll do them gradually because there's quite a lot of them. There's not like one or two, there's quite a few of them, so I'll gradually go through them inshallah.
Okay, but we haven't done it yet.
Like for example, we did in Allah lesson book 3 lesson 1.
Okay.
It's okay. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
आप इसका भेज देंगे.
जी. So yeah, let's do the. I'll do this next lesson. This because it'd be maybe a bit too much to absorb. So I want you to now, in the 30th juz as well, try to give me examples of the verbs as well. 30th juz is a good juz. Like look for example of qad, seen, sofa, lam, and lan.
So 30 we are talking about the Surah Nas and Ikhlas.
Yeah, and the other surahs as well. From Surah Naba se leke Surah Nas tak, the 30 surah hai.
Pura tisra 30th separa.
Yes.
And you're kidding. How will I do all those?
Do as many as you can. You have to give me at least one example of qad. Okay, a better example. आप ये करें surah कौसर नहीं है surah कौसर surah qadar inna anzalna fi laylatil qadr यहाँ से लेके surah nas तक. And then I'll go through it with you next lesson, inshallah.
And what do you want me to do from Surah Qadr to Nas?
I want you to look for verbs.
That I'm doing. Verbs and nouns.
No. And look for qad. Look for seen. Look for sofa. Look for lam. And look for lan as well.
The verbs.
Yes.
Now, ye to bahut aate hai.
Exactly. इसकी में तमरीन करानी है ताकि you become strong with this as well.
All right.
Any questions?
Not yet, because I had to digest all this, review it again, and let's see.
Inshallah. Okay, that's fine. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
When I'm going to have are we going to have any more or
Friday?
Friday, you're sure? Sheikh?
J.
Friday go definite by at 6?
Yeah, same time.
Okay,
same
thank
time,
you.
No
all
problem.
Right.
If I do it different days, I forget. If we keep it the same day, I'll remember that we got class the same days.
Okay,
That's what happened to me yesterday.
Oh, okay, because you did tell me Monday then.
Yeah, I did. I completely forgot because normally we have classes with you on Wednesday. So I have a class today.
All right, so Friday, inshallah.
Okay, iltimas dua.
You take care. And thank you very much.
Muhtaj dua, and please pray for me as well.